Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And today we continue to work backwards through the letter M, and we have three very interesting and little-known composers. Actually, the first is Joseph Marx. Now, Joseph Marx lived from 1882 to 1964, a very, very long time. He was of the school of late Romantic Austro-German, Austro-decadence. That's what he did. Big, blowsy, romantic slop heaps of music. I mean, they really are. And I have two discs here. Stephen Sloan, the conductor, who's very, very good at this with the Bochum Symphony Orchestra, has been promoting his music extensively. First, we have the fabulous romantic piano concerto, which some may have heard on Hyperion. Marc-André Hamelin, or Hamelin, whatever you call him, recorded it quite well. This is with David Lively, who's also very good. And then there's Castelli Romani for piano and orchestra, another wonderful, wonderful concerto. These are fun works. They are enormously overwritten and dense and clogged, sort of, and full of virtuosic note spinning, but they're enjoyable. You can see reviews of this stuff on ClassicsToday.com. I did it, and I liked it a couple times. Do I return to it often? Well, not really, not frequently, but it's still, he was a figure. What can I tell you? He was a major figure in his day. And then we have his Nature Trilogy. Oh my goodness, the Nature Trilogy is 64 minutes long. Ooh. We have Symphonic Night Music, the Idyll Concertino on the Pastoral Fourth, whichever that is, and Spring Music. These date from between 1922 and 1925. And as with, even more so actually than the concertos are easier to listen to because you have a clear solo and an accompaniment. So that forces him to sort of divide up the actual business of playing the music between forces, and it demands a certain level of clarity. Here, there is no level of clarity. He also wrote the Herbst Symphony, the Autumn Symphony. Remember that? I mean, I got the scores to these things and took a look at them, and you can't imagine what these scores look like. I mean, they're just pages and pages of notes, and he doesn't really write memorable tunes. I mean, yes, it thins out every so often and whatnot, but he had his 15 Minutes of Fame around 15 years ago or whatever. When did this come out? Let me see if I have the date here. Yes, here's a 2003. All right, so about 20 years ago. And it was exciting, because all those late romantic decadent guys were fun. They were just churning it out in heaps. And his music does not stay with you very long, I don't think. I know there are people who love him, so continue to love him. I keep this stuff for its historical interest. I don't find it musically all that compelling. It's just a big sort of hog wallow of music, but what the hell. Then we've got Martin E. Soler, Vicente Martin E. Soler. His opera, La Capricciosa Corretta, the capricious woman corrected or disciplined, or however you want to sort of describe it. This is an opera buffa in 2 acts to a libretto by Lorenzo da Ponte. You know him. He of Mozart fame. Soler lived from 1754 to 1806, almost exactly the same period as Mozart. He was no Mozart, but he was a good composer. There are lovely arias, some wonderful tunes in here, and it's a good performance. It features, let's see, Josep Miquel Ramon, Margarita Krull, Yves Salons, Enrique Baquerizo, Carlos Marin, and other people we've never heard of, but they sing well. And the performance is by Les Talents Lyriques under Christophe Rousset. What's not to like? I like it. I don't listen to it all that often, but I enjoyed it when I did. And last but not least, Finnish composer Tauno Marttinen. Now, Marttinen is he was born in 1912, I don't know if he's still with us. This recording was made in, I don't know, it's on BIS. And it contains his first and eighth symphonies and his violin concerto. Now, Marttinen wrote in a style that eventually became dodecaphonic, serial music, and then he started to reintegrate more approachable melodic material into his music, and all of that's audible here. It's not easy music. It's not particularly ingratiating music, but it has ideas that are kind of interesting, and he was nothing if not ambitious. I mean, look at his notes here. I mean, my goodness. The violin concerto, he talks about, what does he say? The concerto begins with the Big Bang, which created the universe. The thematic motives are derived from this explosion. The mystical tones of the second movement are like the breath of God. The third movement depicts the attainment of nirvana, the original home of mankind. Well, that's modest, isn't it? I mean, the humility is just overwhelming. Does the music actually sound like that? No, let's be honest, it does not. But it was fun to encounter, and he has a personal voice. He really does. And I feel sorry for all these people with personal voices who no one's ever going to listen to. Honestly. You know, I mean, it's serious, well-written music. And, I mean, let's face it, if you want to hear the breath of God, well, there you go. But there's so much of this stuff. There really is. And how much of a chance does it really have to make it into the mainstream, or even the side stream, or the slipstream? That's the way it goes. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.